What's going on, YouTube? Backwoods Vapor here with another vaping review. I got my dog in here, so if you hear a dog whimpering, that's probably him. The review I'm going to be doing today is a review that I've been trying to make. I've just not had enough time and juice to do the review. I got a little bit left, but the device or the product that we're going to be discussing today is the Carnage RDA made by Purge mods. Very expensive, really expensive. Paid like $100 for it in a vape shop, so it was expensive. And like always, I got it sitting on my Vupu drag. I will be getting a different mod hopefully soon. Specs on this RDA, I believe it's a 24. It could be a 25. Yeah, it's definitely a 25. Like I said, it's made by Purge mods, and if you know anything about Purge mods, they're expensive. Like, very expensive. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. This is a 2-post RDA. Don't know how to go over in detail about 2-post, but 2-post. Right now I have the airflow about quarter of the way open. If you can see that, there it goes. 44 watts on a 0.30 ohm build. I ain't got the airflow wide open, but I got it open at 40 watts. Here we go. Flavor is good, but I'm having a little case right now with Vapor's tongue, so it doesn't really taste like anything. I'm using a juice, and I can't find the bottle that it came in. Oh, yeah, then here it is. I'm using Island Man in a proprietary bottle. Open up the airflow just a little bit more. The build I have in it is 8 wraps of 24 gauge nichrome. Good build, lasts me at least a very long time. Bump up the power just a smidge. 50 watts. The flavor would be good. I'm having a little case of the Vapor's tongue, so I can't really taste shit. And that would be nasty to begin with, so. And you can see, I don't even have the airflow all the way open, and it's doing pretty good at 50 watts now. Go up to 60. 60 watts. Now that's an immense amount of vapor. I'm not going to take this up any higher. Oh, shut up. 80 watts. Airflow. Wide open. What's wrong? Huh? You need to lick my face, huh? Okay. 80 watts. Wide open, and it's leaking like a sieve. Over dripped. And that usually doesn't happen. I put a shit ton of cotton in there, so. 80 watts on a 0.30 build. This RDA is made for clouds. It's expensive, but if you're into cloud chasing, I recommend it. There's not too many cons I have for this RDA, and I don't have a lot of... I do have some pros to it, but I have one con. The drip tip that it came with, it's not in here. It came with a very, very short profile Ultim 810. Wasn't a big fan of. My lips would touch the top of the RDA, and the cap on this RDA is very, very light in comparison to like a Limitless or a Chinese made dripper. Like, this is the Bonza. It's a good RDA. It's just cap's very heavy, so it's got a lot of metal in it, so that means to add in heat retention. It holds a lot more heat than it disperses. On the cap on this one, it's so thin that I'm worried that I might bend it. So that's one thing that you're going to have to be careful with on this RDA. They do have different caps for it. You can buy different caps. They have the Rev 25, they have the silencer cap. I believe they have like 4 different caps that you can buy for this RDA. I've used it for about a week. Like I said, I tried to do this video a week ago. I tried to do it on this phone. It didn't work. So I had to find my other phone, and now I'm doing a review on this phone. Another thing that I've noticed on this RDA is the deck is brass, whereas it could be brass or gold plated. I'm pretty sure it's brass, and I've used it like I said about a week, and the brass on is completely patinaed. It's like really dark and grungy looking, but that does not affect anything on this RDA. Other thing besides the that issue, it's not really, it's one of those nitpicky issues that if it's going to be shiny, like when you first buy it, why can't it stay shiny? The drip tip and how thin it is, and I'm a very huge fan of very thin top caps, just because it makes heat dissipate a lot easier than, say, a Bonza or a Limitless or any other Chinese mass-produced drippers that's very thick in wall diameter or in wall thickness. But I'm going to be, hey bud, you okay? You'll be okay. Are you staring at squirrels outside? He's looking at me like he said, he's looking at me like, you fucking dumbass. Anyway, back to the RDA. Would I recommend it? If you're in the clouds and you have the money to afford a $100 dripper, sure, why not? But if you're one of those people that's just everyday RDA, like the Bonds of the Troll, any other name brand that's not too expensive, but at the same time not too cheap, there's tons of RDAs that I would recommend for the everyday vapor instead of this. But if you want to blow clouds, I recommend it, because airflow is wide open. Like, there's no, well, there is an option to put a single coil in there, but I usually don't do single coils. The price is, like I said, a little bit steep for an RDA such as this, but it's made in America. That's a plus. It's cloud chasing. That's a plus, in my opinion. And all of these is my own personal opinion. If you want to go out there and pick this thing up, there's probably cheaper places online to buy this. I just happened to see it in the store and happened to have the money in pocket to buy it right then. And honestly, I'm glad I did, for various reasons. I'm tired of using the Bonza. The Bonza, don't get me wrong, Bonza's a good atomizer. I'm just looking for something a little bit better, not better, a little bit better in quality and performance than the Bonza, because the Bonza to me has a little bit too restrictiveness to it. With this, I can barely vape it with wide open. It's kind of, to me, it reminds me of the Troll a lot in airflow. The Troll 25 had immense amount of vapor and airflow. This has like Cyclops, and yeah, it's all the way open if you can't tell. 80 watts again. Look how dense those clouds are. It don't get any better than that unless you're willing to pay hundreds more for an RDA that can do the same thing. Just wow. I've never had my room anywhere near this clouded. But just for power and juice consumption, I'm going to bump it down. Back down to like 50 watts and close off airflow. And even then, how would I rate this device on a scale of 1 to 10? For performance, 10. For build quality, 10. For price, 5. Because there's better ones out there that probably could do the same thing. It's just, you gotta know what you want and what you're looking for. Overall, I'd give it a 7. Solid 7. That's not too bad, and that's pretty good from where I'm sitting. Like right here to the desk right here, or table. I really don't have a lot of cons for this RDA, and I don't have a lot of pros yet. Like I said, I've only been using it for a week. I have to do a couple of builds on it. I've had this build in here for about 2 weeks, and I've been using it for about a week. So usually when I change out my coils, I usually kill a bottle, buy a new one, change coils. That's how I usually do my juicing or my coil building. At least once every bottle change, or once every juice change. That's where I get the most amount of practical juice out of my RDA, I guess. I don't throw my coils away. I save them, and I can clean them. Use them, because a bottle of juice lasts me maybe a week and a half, if I'm lucky. So, use them for a week. My coils would last a whole lot longer. I just choose to put new ones in and take the old ones out to accommodate my new juice. Wash the RDA completely from top to bottom. Make sure it's good and clean. No traces of the other juice that was in there. I don't want the 2 flavors that I'm using to be mixed together. But that's a solid 7. That's pretty good in my opinion. I will do another video, an update video on this particular atomizer in the future, and I'll give you my final thoughts and my final scale of how much I would encourage you to purchase it. So it could go up in my 0 to 10 scale, but then again it could go down. we'll have to see within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to comment and share this video if you thought it was helpful and beneficial. I know I don't do a whole lot of vaping reviews very often, and when I do, it's on products that people have already seen, and I'm just giving you my personal experience for what I buy for myself. If y'all have any comments and about what I should review for y'all, I'll try my best to get whatever certain item there is. I do not order devices from overseas. I wish I did. I just don't, just with money handling and fees. I don't like to pay somebody a month out and a month later get it, and I totally forgot it was coming. Pay too much for it, but I forget about it. Yeah, I don't like that. So I usually like to buy in the United States, but it's a good RDA. I like it, and if you're into clouds, you'll like it. I promise you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button if you want to. It's not mandatory. But yeah, text in the comments on what you're vaping on, what juice you're using. And like I said, I'm using the Island Man by the One Hit Wonder Company. Good juice, good solid juice. It doesn't really burn out your coils as fast as some other juices out there, so I highly recommend it. Full of flavor, but if you vape it for an extended amount of time, you can get muted flavors within your vaping. That's it for this review. Hope to catch you again on another review. Thanks, guys, and vape on.